When life gets unpredictable, preparation matters. In medicine, it's all about staying alert, ready for whatever comes through the door. On the road, it's no different. That's why Volvo designs vehicles to help anticipate risk, reduce harm, and protect lives. The Volvo XC90's advanced safety systems inspire confident decisions wherever the road takes you. The Volvo XC90, for life. Proud sponsor of the Pit Podcast. Learn more at volvocars.ca/safety.
Oh, you probably recognize the song, but do you know who's singing it? This is actually Data from Star Trek. It's Brent Spiner from Star Trek Nemesis. Mitch Joel is nodding in approval. Welcome back to the Elias Macko Show. Let's talk about those blue skies, more specifically Bluesky, the social media network. It's having a boost since Donald Trump got elected, to the detriment of Twitter, of X. This is no joke. Let's welcome Mitch Joel back onto the program, by the way. Tech investor, advisor, author of Control Alt Delete, the founder of ThinkersOne. Hi, Mitch.
Welcome back, Elias, and I'm happy to be here.
So let me tell you something. Since Donald Trump got elected, I know this only because I just crossed the 10,000 mark of followers on X, on Twitter. And since Donald Trump got elected, I haven't been tweeting anything controversial. I've just been losing followers. I'm down to 9,623. So I've lost about 3.5% of followers since Donald Trump got elected. These are people that I think have closed their accounts. That's what I think is going on. I run another account that's not related to politics, and it hasn't seen that big of a percentage, but it's also seen a drop. Are people leaving Twitter, X, for other Bluesky and others?
Well, we do know that since the election, we're definitely seeing that. You would be having an extreme percentage growth versus what we're hearing post-election. The numbers we're hearing online are about 115,000 people deactivated their X account. So that would be an extraordinary amount of people that are following you and both deactivating their advice. We should also know that X does deploy technology to basically look at all these profiles to ensure that they're not bots, that they are legitimate. So you might just be part of a grander cleanup. I do find that my numbers will pick up and then drop. It kind of fluctuates as it goes. So I wouldn't be so concerned about that. And again, I love having these conversations with you because I know you're someone who typically looks at this stuff and goes, bah, like people are going to leave, they're going to come, but ultimately the size is the size of these networks. So I'd be curious your perspectives on that, because
there's a difference this time.
Who cares?
There's a difference this time, and that is genuine hatred of Elon Musk. I mean, I've just seen it. It's this visceral hatred towards Elon Musk, and anyone that tries to come close to Donald Trump. Forget about social media for a second. This morning, the co-hosts over at MSNBC, Joe Scarborough and Mika, they announced that they went to Mar-a-Lago and they met with Trump. They just talked to him, and they are getting, it's the similar type of hate. They're the people that are saying, I'm never going to watch them again. There's something going on here where the hatred is so strong that people are saying, nope, I don't even want to talk to or see people that disagree with me. I think that's what's happening here.
But we have short memories, and our short memory is being proven in this moment because Bluesky is actually created by the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey.
Yeah.
And prior to Musk being elected, Musk being elected, that's where we're at in my brain, but Musk taking over X or anything like that, we've been talking for years about the problems of Twitter. And now we're running to a platform that was created by the founder of Twitter. And I should say also that Threads, which is the Instagram version of this short form content, has also seen this type of massive growth in the past week, which is good for them. But again, owned by Meta, Mark Zuckerberg. And I'm finding myself in a place where I feel like these users, that these people don't even know where to put themselves anymore, that they are going against even their own values because they have to go somewhere, and they are maybe in the same predicament as how they voted, which is what is the worst, what is the best of the worst at this point? I don't even know how people justify a move to a platform by which most people thought, well, this was the problem with democracy prior to Musk taking over Twitter.
Yeah, and I wonder the type of platform they're actually going to join. But as I say that, I should point this out. It was less than an hour ago where we here at the station got alerted to the fact that CJD 800 is now on Bluesky. So if you are on Bluesky, and I created an account ages ago, which I have not logged into in, I don't know, a year or so. But look at that. CJD has a profile on Bluesky. So I mean, I think something is happening. What remains to be seen is if they can genuinely get the traction. You need, much more than the 15 million or so users they have now. You need much more to gain the traction where people stick around.
I think the bigger question that I'm worried about is the splintering of news and information. Mm-hmm. That it's called Bluesky, which is a clever name, and maybe Jack Dorsey meant it as a nod to Twitter and the famous blue color. But Bluesky, also blue meaning Democrats. Yeah. You have also on the red side. I don't even know if X would be considered on the red side. It might be more center, but
again, you have Truth Social. You have Donald Trump's network, Truth Social, right?
So do we have a point in time here where Musk makes some type of play with Truth Social, whether it's to integrate it, whether it's to bring it together? I'd be curious to see if it goes that far to what I would call the quote unquote right. I actually do believe Musk in that he moved it back more towards the center from the left, and that's been a source of great friction. And clearly the other issue we have is the fact that he has instilled in his team this idea at X that they should definitely be promoting his posts, which are often pro-Trump, and that gets an extra level of promotion of prominence, which drives the narrative. But Musk is on Joe Rogan saying things like, this is an absurd world we're in. I moved from California to Texas, where Texas feels like the new California to him. I am fundamentally, if you look at his politics and his corporations, whether it's solar panels or electric vehicles, he would identify himself as somewhat of a lefty who's been forced to this side. Mm-hmm. And again, this divisiveness in politics, to me, is creating a problem that we've had through the media. And I don't know if it's a chicken and egg scenario where we're going to have to really figure out as individuals how media savvy we are, because we're going to start seeing and believing in our leaders in positions and statements that might be very much counter to our intellect and science.
Let me just tell you something. On Truth Social, right, Donald Trump's network, they only have 76,000 daily active users. So that is nothing. That's peanuts, the amount of people that log into the account every single day. And we all know social media networks like Twitter, like X, are the types that encourage daily use. So there's only 76,000 people that use Truth every single day. I think that will be the challenge for Bluesky, is getting a large number of daily users, which is what you need for of the moment real-time service. And I also think it's a tell, Mitch. You mentioned Elon Musk was considered left of center, and he was a Democrat up until 2 seconds ago. I think it's a tell. The people that are leaving X over this, they're saying that they don't want to hear from the other side. They do not want to be challenged. The last thing they want is true debate. They just want to be in an echo chamber. That's how I view it.
Yeah, and I think my lesson from this election, we spoke about this earlier on Second Breakfast with Andrew Carter, is that this feeling of people aren't smart, they're not educated, they don't know, they're not making the right decisions. We could argue that day in and day out, but there is a definitive statement that was made by people who voted for the Republican Party and Donald Trump in this election. Yeah. And that if we do exactly what you said, which is step away from this conversation, exasperated, just raising our hands and saying we give up, that is the real rot of democracy, nothing else.
And what are your odds here on Bluesky being a thing a year from now?
I'm with you. I think habits are really hard to change. And I think that the opportunity for Bluesky is in that it feels and looks like an exact clone of Twitter, which gives it a bit of an edge. And I mean, the original Twitter, the benefit of it, I think there is a couple of benefits that are interesting. One is it is very good for breaking news because it does not deprioritize links, and it defaults to that social graph, which shows updates from people you follow in chronological order. Threads doesn't do that. It's very algorithmic. If it can capitalize on that real-time pulse and get there and drive people over, and also at the same time, by the way, demonstrating real community guidelines, meaning it's going to be accepting of all voices, we might see something. I think what we will see, though, is people who try to break the platform as always.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I've already seen the posts from people that say they just posted something on Bluesky that was right of center, and they're being blocked or banned. And I don't know, that doesn't sound like a healthy platform at the end of the day. But by the way, points taken on why Twitter X is no longer a healthy platform. And for a whole bunch of reasons, not Elon Musk related, the things that were unhealthy before he took it over as well. Okay, Mitch, we're going to leave it there. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Elias. Have a great day.
You too. That's Mitch Joel. He's a tech advisor, investor, author of Control Alt Delete, and the founder of ThinkersOne.